Hello my friends and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. In yesterday's video, we spent most of our time in this war council looking at the war table, and then also probably far too much time looking at our codex entries. I still have a bunch to go through, but again, I'll worry about that later. I'm sure we've got plenty of time to look through all those things. In today's video, I actually...
word for heaven or for earth, for sea or
Who's
sky.
Who's talking?
All that existed was silence. Then the voice of the Maker rang out, the first word, and his word became all that might be.
Are you done now? As I was trying to say, I want to spend today's video exploring Haven. I imagine it's going to take me a little while because looking at the map, it's not super small. I mean, it's not super huge. It's a big map, but it's only got stuff right here. But anyway, let's go into this door over here and just kind of get started with things. Oh, cutscene.
The Inquisition cannot remain, Ambassador, if you can't prove it was founded on Justinia's orders.
This is an inopportune time, Marquis. More of the faithful flock here each day. But allow me to introduce you to the brave soul who risked his life to slow the magic of the breach. Master Adar, this is the Marquis Durelion, one of Divine Justinia's greatest supporters.
And the rightful owner of Haven. How's Durelion lend Justinia these lands for pilgrimage? This Inquisition is not a beneficiary of this arrangement.
So, first of all, Theron is so big. He's so large compared to everybody else. It's kind of awesome, but I'm kind of concerned that this could become like a camera issue in the future, but we'll see how it goes. And then second, the masks. I vaguely remember in Legacy, was it? There were masks at the party. So was that like an Orlesian thing? I don't get it. I figured it was a party. Maybe I'm getting them confused. Maybe they didn't all have masks. Anyway, let's ask if he owns this land. Now that we're back on topic.
This is the first I've heard of Haven having an owner outside the Chantry.
My wife, Lady Machin of Denerim, has claimed to Haven by ancient treaty with the monarchs of Ferelden. We were honored to lend its use to Divine Justinia. She was a woman of supreme merit. I will not let an upstart order remain on her holy grounds.
But isn't this an upstart order that she founded? Like, okay, well, its followers need shelter, yes. The Divine's advisors founded it, and we do all have bigger problems. I feel like people are kind of missing the point. If the world ends, what does it matter if it's on your property? But let's try to convince him. So we'll go with the Divine Advisors founded it, because they did.
Interesting, considering the Inquisition was begun by the left and right hands of the Divine.
I've seen no written records from Sister Liliana or Seeker Pentacus that Justinia approved the Inquisition.
Huh?
If you won't take her at her word, I'm afraid Seeker Pentagast must challenge me to a duel.
What?
It is a matter of honor among the Navarans. Shall I arrange the bout for tonight?
Totally.
No. Perhaps my reaction to the Inquisition's presence was somewhat hasty.
We face a dark time, Your Grace. Divine Justinia would not want her passing to divide us. She would, in fact, trust us to forge new alliances to the benefit of all, no matter how strange they might seem.
I'll think on it, Lady Montillier. The Inquisition might stay in the meanwhile.
Thanks. I did like the fact that on his mask is like painted a mustache, not like it's his. It's on the mask itself. It's kind of funny. So does the Marquis actually own Haven? Like, is this going to be a problem?
Do the Durelions actually have a claim on this place?
His Grace's position is not so strong as he presents it. Despite their Ferelden relations, the Durelions are Orlesian. If the Marquis wishes to claim Haven, Empress Selene must negotiate with the Ferelden on his behalf. Her current concerns are a bit larger than minor property disputes.
Yeah, I don't think so. I know I mentioned it. There are a few things I forgot to mention, even in the last video or the first two. First of all, I remember when I was editing the videos, like the cinematic movement of the camera, like in the first video, coming down like through the grates and going over the walls and watching people walk. Just the way they kind of like film it is so like, to me it seems so like movie like, which is really cool. The other thing is just the graphics. Gosh, it's so like, you could see like when they had freckles as an option, because I have freckles, so I love freckles. When they had freckles as an option for Kunari, I thought that was so cute and cool. Really cute. But I could see the freckles on him, like, you know, Josephine's, like, just the details, everything's so shiny. It's so pretty. I'm sorry for dorking out for a minute, but dang, it's beautiful. Anyway, so sorry for interrupting. You handled the Marquis well, or so the Marquis was bluffing. So yeah, he was bluffing, wasn't he?
His grace was all bluster then.
Even should he leave, the Marquis will share his thoughts on us upon his return to Valorayou. Every guest we receive, and we will receive them, will spread the Inquisition's story. An ambassador should ensure the tale is as complimentary as possible.
Oh, investigate. I have questions. How did you become an ambassador?
May I ask what brought you to work for the Inquisition?
Sister Liliana approached me. We've been acquainted for quite some time. For better or worse, being the Inquisition's diplomat has become as interesting as she promised.
Yeah, Theron, we read the Codex entry. You should know that. So what is your background?
What sort of dealings have you had with nobility?
For some years, I was the royally appointed court ambassador from Antiva to Orlais.
Oh.
The nobility of Thedas is a rather singular sphere. Those I'm not acquainted with, I know through reputation.
Well, the politics are ridiculous. Having her around can't hurt. Let's just go with I'm glad you're here. I feel like Theron doesn't really know these people, so he's not going to be rude until like he feels more comfortable. I mean, they just basically stopped accusing him of blowing up everything. So anyway, we'll go with number one, like I said.
The Inquisition is lucky to have you as an advocate, Lady Montilier.
Thank you. Let us hope so. Thedas's politics have become agitated as of late. I hope to guide us down smoother paths. But please excuse me. I've much work to do before the day is done.
Okay, I don't know. I don't think Theron's going to be super diplomatic, but oh, there's things. And oh, Maeve, I remember her from the quest, but let's save so I don't have to do all that over again. Can we talk to Josephine more?
Good day to you.
Oh, this is okay, I remember this was a camera conversation Zoom thing, and I wondered if this was going to be a problem with going with Kunari, but we'll just have to go with it. That was one of the mods that I installed. It's supposed to zoom in on conversation so you're not so far away, but I may have to take it out because this might be a problem. But anyway, let's just investigate and see what happens. So what brought you here? I feel like we've already asked that question, sort of, but we'll ask it again.
Tell me how you came to work for the Inquisition again.
I'd been considering leaving my post in Antiva for a new challenge when Liliana recruited me. There's such unrest in Thedas, and the Inquisition seems a promising method to stop it. It's to everyone's benefit if we prevent the mage-Templar conflict from spreading further.
Yeah, this is the best angle I'm going to get. So, yeah, is order why you signed on? I feel like this is my questions, and then the stars are maybe follow-up questions to what I just asked?
So, was it the prospect of stability that drew you here?
The full impact of the Mage Rebellion has yet to be felt, and that was before the death of the Divine. The violence must be curbed before we see it turn to full-scale war.
It is in our fight? Well, no. Yeah, perhaps it's necessary. I mean, okay. But I'm going to go with, I absolutely agree. It's good to, let's try to stop it before it gets, like, world-ending worse.
I can only imagine the bloodshed if it escalates further.
I'm afraid history holds many examples of what will happen if it does.
How did you meet Liliana?
How do you and Liliana know each other?
We moved through similar circles in Orlais. I believe we actually met in Val Royaux. Liliana was quite an accomplished player of the game by then.
And what is the game?
What exactly do you mean when you say the game?
Forgive me. The game refers to the slow duels of influence among the noble and powerful of Orlais. It's a rather light-hearted name for the matter, but Orlesians are fond of playful touches.
Total Game of Thrones reference. Or is this pre-Game? No, it's not pre-Game of Thrones. Anyway, off topic. Tell me about yourself. Again, I feel like we've had these conversations, or maybe they're codex entries, but we'll see. What does your family do?
What business are the Monteliers in, exactly?
We began as merchants. My ancestors founded the first trade routes to Rivain. We once sent entire fleets across the Waking Sea.
Once, you mean you don't do it anymore?
But not anymore?
No. These days, our vessels are a touch more modest.
Okay, well, tell me about your work.
What did you do before coming here?
I had the great honor of serving Antiva's crown as ambassador to Orlais. I'm also first in line to become the head of House Montelier, though my siblings attend to our mercantile affairs.
Yeah, are you doing this for Antiva? That's a good question.
How strong are your past loyalties?
I would never have given up my position if I did not intend to fully commit to the Inquisition. We cannot fall back on borders. Antiva is as threatened as any country by the rebellions. If anything, the alliances I forged there may help our current cause.
And will we have other causes?
Do you think the Inquisition will continue after we seal the breach?
If we prove ourselves by healing the breach, people may turn to us for other things. Protection, counsel, justice. The Inquisition offered these once to those in need.
It seems like this Inquisition's going to stick around for a while. I wonder if it's like a permanent thing? So, well, anyway, do you believe I'm holy?
Tell me, do you believe I was saved by Andraste at the Temple of Sacred Ashes?
I should much like to believe so, Your Worship. The miracles Andraste performed were so long ago, they're difficult to picture. If it were truly her and the Fate who saved you, well, in any case, many already believe you walk in the Maker's light.
What are your duties?
What exactly does your job entail?
I meet with ambassadors from various factions and countries and cement alliances with them. We are a young cause. Diplomacy is essential to our credibility.
So you're a representative?
Then you speak for the Inquisition with these nobles.
I do. Someone must foster goodwill on our behalf, as well as prevent controversy as news of us spreads.
Are we that controversial? You're a Kunari is the quote Herald of Andraste. I'm pretty sure we're like super controversial.
How heavily are our actions scrutinized?
Make no mistake, every noble house, every throne is waiting to see what the Inquisition does next. Many are willing to pledge support, if offers are made in just the right fashion. I intend to see that they are.
Anything to report? What's that?
What do the people make of us?
Despite our fame, we're low on steadfast allies. We must aim for more.
Well, we don't have allies, it seems like, right? And how do we have guests?
Any visiting dignitaries I should watch out for?
Sir Griffith of Denerim, a most distinguished knight of the realm. He's defeated darkspawn, slain demons, chased down abominations. Just don't ask him about it over dinner. He spares no detail.
Okay, well, I think I've gone through the full gambit of talking to Josephine. We'll have to see how this mod works out. I had concerns with being a Kunari and being... Well, I didn't think I was going to be that much larger than everybody, but we'll see how it plays out. If not worse, it's fine. It's not the end of the world. It's just a game, right? So let's read The Children of Andraste. Guessing codex entry? Maybe? Turn in research, and then All right, well, let's save, so I don't have to do that all over again. And let's... So Menave was the... know thy enemy to do research. Wasn't there... I'm not gonna go look at it. My inventory's a mess. Wasn't there things that I was picking up in the prologue where it was like, find someone who does beast research? But anyway, let's try to get at a right angle and talk to her.
You're the Herald. Or, well, the one they're calling the Herald, anyway. It's odd to see them accepting a mage as their hero. It must be easier because you're not human. They already see you as different from those of us who lived in circles. My name is Menave. I research demons and other creatures. Seeker Pentagast and I use what I find to help the soldiers fight them.
But you're not human, so, I don't know. But this is a much better angle, so maybe the add-on mod, whatever they call it, will work properly. Anyway, so you're a mage.
You said you were a mage?
No, just an apprentice. Circle mages must prove themselves in a ritual called the Harrowing. I was never very good at magic. I've got just enough talent to be a danger to other people. But when the mages rebelled, people like me had nowhere to go. The Templars would have killed us. Luckily, Seeker Pentagast took me in, along with the Tranquil I was protecting.
Oh, that's awful. Well, not awful that she was protecting the Tranquil, but awful that they would have just killed her for, again, no reason. You didn't join the rebels.
I'm surprised that even an apprentice mage wouldn't join the rebellion.
I don't like using magic to fight. I'm not good at it either. I liked studying. I liked performing rituals that helped us unlock the secrets of the Veil. I liked having the Templars around to keep us safe.
Yeah, is she in the minority? She probably is in the minority.
The Templars made me feel a lot of things, but never safe.
You have not lived my life. I was born into a Dalish clan. I lived there until my magic manifested. The Dalish cannot risk having too many mages in one clan. And I was one more than they could bear. They gave me a pack and sent me into the woods to find my own life. I was 7 years old.
Oh my gosh, that is awful. That explains a lot, and I wouldn't say all Dalish are monsters, but that's pretty monstrous. So yeah, that's awful. We'll just go with that one.
I'm so sorry.
I stumbled into a village, starving and cold a few weeks later. I started using magic to scare predators away. The villagers saw me make fire in my fist. They were terrified and wanted to kill me. Templars saved me from them. They gave me food and clothes and took me to the Circle. I've seen what life is like without the Templars, and I want no part of it. I just want to study.
Yeah, that's pretty awful. I wonder how many other mages feel like she does. You know, that liked being in a circle, and the Templars did save them from... Because wasn't one of the Templars' jobs supposed to protect mages from people who would just kill them for being mages? But now it sounds like the Templars have gone a little bonkers too. But again, it can't be all of them. Anyway, topic for another time. You protected the Tranquil.
You said that you were keeping some of the Tranquil safe?
Yes. The mages took some of them when my circle rebelled, but the rest were forgotten. Most circle mages look down on the Tranquil, or try to pretend they don't exist. They don't have any emotions. They can barely take care of themselves, can't defend themselves at all. It's a shame. I like them better than most people.
Why is that?
Why would you want to spend time with the Tranquil?
They're polite. They don't bother you if they don't need something. When they study, they have a focus no normal person could ever match. But the Templars, even some of the mages, mistreated them just because they could.
Oh.
The Tranquil never fought back. If not for that, I don't know. Doesn't really matter now.
That's awful. Well, before we turn something in, let's ask about, you research creatures.
You said Cassandra has you researching creatures.
Yes. If you find anything interesting in your travels, I'd appreciate you bringing it to me. I may be able to find some weakness our soldiers can exploit when fighting various creatures. At the least, some materials are useful for making potions or gear for the Inquisition.
Well, why do you study creatures?
Why did you decide to research dangerous creatures?
I like the outdoors. The idea of the outdoors, anyway. When some monster is coming at you, glowing eyes and burning claws, it's terrifying. But once you know how it works, you can deal with it. It's just another part of the world. So much of this world is only frightening because we don't understand it.
Yeah. I laughed at her comment. Well, the idea of the outdoors, because she was a circle mage and she liked being in the circle from what it sounds like. So, yeah. I found something for you.
I found something the demons left behind. Can you use it?
Yes, that's very helpful. Just leave it there and the Tranquil and I will examine it.
Leave it where? Here? Turn in research.
That will help.
Quest completed. Know thy enemy. Completed quests. Haven. Okay, I gave Maeve the research. I guess there's no update, but... Oh, look, we did something. It took 20 minutes, but we did something.
Passionate breath does the darkness creep. It is the whisper in the night, the lie upon your sleep.
Okay. Is this just like background conversation going on? Whose rooms are these? The Maker. Well, I'm guessing is this like Liliana, Cassandra, and Josephine sleep here, maybe? Low ceilings for my tall self. Oh, hello, sisters, mothers.
Though you had granted them power over the very Fade itself, though they sang hymns of praise unending, though they could do anything, they destroyed nothing, created nothing, loved nothing.
Okay. There's a door. Let's go in here. Oh, and I did also notice, like, 2 videos ago now, I have new clothes on instead of those ugly clothes I was wearing in the beginning, but there you go. That happened. I feel like if Aaron's gonna bonk, he should be bonking his head. Oh, I should be doing this sort of stuff. There we go. Foundling. Oh my goodness. Founding of the Chantry. And then Glass Hala. Oh, all right. I don't know what I'm going to do with all this stuff, but sure. Chantry Hierarchy. Oh, requires a rogue. Yeah, I'm not very roguish. It just keeps telling me over and over again, it's like, dummy, you can't actually do anything. And that's locked. That's locked. Nope, maybe. Yep. Intense Deathroot Vitar. Oh, and it's a blue. What is that? Hang on. Armor, helm, Intense Deathroot Vitar. It's level 4. I can't put it on. I'm only level 3, I think. Leveled items. That's something new, right? Did they have that? No, I feel like in Origins you had to have a specific like strength or something for it, and then I think the same thing in Dragon Age 2, so that's different. Okay, that's finally done. We went downstairs. There was something over here. Let's see, the Fade. Imagine a lot of these are repeats from...
A learned child is a blessing upon his parents and onto the Maker.
Let all repeat the chant of light. Only the word dispels the darkness upon us. O Maker, hear my cry. Seat me by your side in death. Make me one within your glory. And let the world once more see your world are finite. What one man gains, another has lost. Those who steal from their brothers and sisters do harm to their livelihood and to their peace of mind. Our Maker sees this with a heavy heart.
Heaven has been filled with silence.
Okay, I'm leaving.
Then,
They're gonna be talking forever. Oh my goodness. We finally left the Chantry. Like 2 videos later. We finally left the Chantry. Okay, what's over here? So I have things. Let's go to the map. We have, oh, Liliana, Varric, Quartermaster. I feel like that was on my to-do. Okay, let's see. There was Haven's Best and Brightest. And I noticed there was a set active thing. So then on my mini-map, it does the little eye sunburst thing. So, hello.
Do you think the mages will be able to seal the breach?
I heard some speak of using the Templars instead.
Oh. I suppose that would work as well.
I still don't quite understand how that would work. But okay.
When will you be able to get us the crafting supplies we need?
When they're ready. Piss off.
Oh, she's pissed off. All right, let's save before we talk to Thren. I'm guessing she's a quartermaster.
I didn't realize any of Liliana's Oxman mercenaries were still here. Well, if you want new gear, you pay for it. Oh, you're him. Thren. Inquisition Quartermaster. I'm doing what I can to supply this mess. If you find what I need to fill one of my requisitions, I'd appreciate you bringing it in.
She's very... She just called me an Oxman, and then she's like, oh, you're him. Obviously, are there any other Kunari just wandering around? I mean, there probably are. So, what's your job?
What do you do here?
I make sure the Inquisition troops have food in their bellies and iron in their hands. Both are important. Lots of people expecting us to be heroes, marching all day to fight the demons. Turns out heroes need to dig latrines just like everyone else.
Yeah? How did you end up here?
How does someone end up as quartermaster for the Inquisition?
I served for Eldon under 10 Loghain MacTier. Best commanding officer this world has ever seen. After they all turned on him at Denerim, though, there wasn't much use for people who held that opinion. Queen Honora offered my services to the Inquisition. It was a kindness. She knew I supported her father and got me away from the political garbage.
Huh. Okay. So I did go on to the Dragon Age. I keep wanting to say Dragon Age Inquisition, Dragon Age Keep, and filled everything out as best as I can remember. And it's one of those things where like, I hope I did it right. And I'm assuming it did do it right because Loghain's a Grey Warden.
I understand Loghain joined the Grey Wardens after the Blight ended.
Yes. A mercy, people called it. Serving the Order, they say he betrayed. He could have led Ferelden to greatness. Instead, he lives in exile, fighting Darkspawn until the day he dies.
Better than being dead. Oh, study the Fifth Blight Volume 1. I imagine that's similar to the version in Dragon Age 2. But let's keep talking to
Can I help you with something?
How did you end up here? I feel like we already talked about those. And then tell me about requisitions.
What did you mean when you mentioned requisitions?
I'm making this Inquisition run with what we have, but we're not a real army. We're stretched thin on materials, so I've put up a requisition list for anything that could help our people. Here, take a look. You find some iron and a good logging site, maybe Harrick can get our troops better weapons.
And how do I fill special orders?
If I have material for a special order, do I bring it to you?
Just take it over there. One of my boys will take the materials or jot down what you found.
Okay, that is that.
Farewell.
Make a go with you.
So, requisition for weapons, a new quest. So, hang on, let's look at that. With the right materials found, weapons for the Inquisition can be requisitioned through the Quartermaster. So, I apparently have enough iron. And then a logging stand. She said the table over here. So... Alright, I don't... Okay.
You find anything we need, let me know.
Oh, and I've crossed her off my Haven's Best and Brightest list. It's weird. I talk to her, and after a little bit, it kicks me out, and then I have to go back in. So I may just compile conversations if it keeps doing that, but let's... I'll worry about that later. Oh, there's iron right here, lady. Like, you could have just gone to this bag and gotten some. Who's in here? Oh, it's Liliana. Well, let's save and talk to her. Well, yeah, we'll talk to her real quick, and then we'll see what happens next.
Blessed are the peacekeepers, the champions of the just. Blessed are the righteous, the lights in the shadow.
In their blood, the Maker's will is written. Is that what you want from us? Blood? To die so that your will is done? Is death your only blessing? You speak for Andraste, no? What does the Maker's prophet have to say about all of this? What's his game?
Game. I feel like when looking at Theron from far away, his head is not proportional. His shoulders are too big. I feel like it just needs to be shrunk just a smidgen. Anyway, again, off topic. Game, question mark?
How is this a game?
Do you see the sky? What about the temple ruins? The bones lying in the dust? Even if you didn't support the Divine's peace, you wouldn't call this right. Who could? So many innocent lives. The faithful murdered where the holiest of holies once stood. If the Maker willed this, what is it if not a game or a cruel joke?
Well, I can't speak for Andraste. I'm as confused as you, and bad things happen. Wow, that's pretty harsh. But we'll go with the second one.
Don't ask me. I'm as baffled as you are.
You probably don't even worship the Maker. Lucky. He asks a lot. The Chantry teaches that the Maker abandoned us. He demands repentance for our sins. He demands it all. Our lives, our deaths. Justinia gave him everything she had, and he let her die.
You could blame her killers. People die. Wow. My sympathies. I'm gonna go with the second one again.
Maybe you should be angry at the people who murdered her?
If the Maker doesn't intervene to save the best of his servants, what good is he? I used to believe I was chosen, just as some say you are. I thought I was fulfilling his purpose for me, working with the Divine, helping people. But now she's dead. It was all for nothing. Serving the Maker meant nothing.
Okay, that you got there pretty quick. I mean, maybe you're just traumatized from your friend dying and all this stuff's happening. But I think you're going a bit too far. Anyway, unfortunately that's not an option here. So, why are you telling me this? These are your problems, and let me help you. I don't like any of these, but I like the first one a little bit more than the others.
Maybe you have another purpose. I could help you find it.
No, this is my burden. I regret that I even let you see me like this. It was a moment of weakness. It won't happen again. Come, to work then. We will speak later.
Okay. I don't know. It was an awkward conversation, and I don't really like some of my choices. Who's this guy?
So it's true. Butler has stand on us. I hope my hunch was wrong.
You knew him well?
Well as I thought. Show me the reports.
Oh, I can talk to her again. And this guy's here too. But that's going to wait for tomorrow because we are actually over on time today. Tomorrow we'll talk to Liliana and hopefully make a little bit more progress in Haven. I feel like I could be here for a week just talking to everybody because it's taken so long. But it's one of those things where it may just take a while to get going, and then once you get going, it's a whole lot better. It's what happens with new games, right? So yeah, that is that. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again tomorrow with another new Dragon Age Inquisition video.